20 years. That's how long Xbox has been with us. And like you, this is a moment I always look forward to. I love seeing the new games, crossing my fingers for my favorites to return, hoping for a few surprises. Most of all, though, I love seeing everyone around the world come together and celebrate what games mean to all of us. And I think, this past year, they've meant even more. Thank you for being with us today. Thank you for the support you give us and one another. Xbox is turning 20. And I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the friendships we've had that whole time. At Bethesda, we believe video games do one thing better than anything else. They transport us. Through art and technology, there's real magic when you step into a new world and can make it your own. We've traveled the worlds of Elder Scrolls, of Fallout, and now, for the first time in over 25 years, we're creating a new universe with Starfield. Set hundreds of years in our future, it's an epic.
Man, oh man, what is going on, game players? Oh my goodness, we have just witnessed Xbox's E3 2021 show. And man, I got a lot of thoughts about this, but it's not gonna just be my thoughts that you're gonna be hearing. I also have special guest with me today. Y'all know him. He's been on the show quite a few times. AB, say what's up to the people, brother, and welcome to the show. Welcome.
Man, I'm happy to be back, brother. Man, this, happy to be here. This has been a monumental time period for gaming, brother. So I'm just happy with the E3. It was so many expectations. You know what I mean? So this is gonna be a good one to talk about.
Absolutely, brother. And a lot of people were saying that Microsoft, Xbox, this was the E3 that they had to bring it, brother. We needed fireworks. We needed new games. We needed those announcements to get the fan base excited. So that's what we're going to talk about, AB. So what I want to do is I'm going to just start at the top of the show of how the order that it went in, and we're just going to go through each one. Now, the first one, AB, Todd Howard, he came out to the stage. I said, oh, man, they starting out with a bang. Todd Howard came out. He talked about Xbox turning 20 years old this year. And then to start the show off officially, they show off Starfield. Now, this is the thing, AB. It was a CG trailer, but it was supposed to be in-game graphics. What was your take on Starfield, brother? Just looking at what they showed, because it wasn't much. It was just enough. But what were some of your thoughts on that, brother?
Let me do this, brother. I want to set the stage just a little bit.
Okay.
Because leading up to it, this is a monumental E3 showing. I mean, it was so much riding on it. So I don't want to just jump straight in. So I want to build it up a little bit like it was, for us prior. So before the E3 thing jumped off, I was looking forward to Microsoft's showing. I thought that this would, in particular, was going to be the biggest showcase of all E3. I mean, we already know what Sony's doing, and just pushing it to the side, I think that this one was going to be the most impactful for the future of gaming, honestly. And that's saying a lot because, Microsoft isn't even my preferred platform, the Xbox.
Right.
So I was excited, man. I'm sitting down. I've been waiting, counting down, and I'm like, man, this is about to happen. So we get to the thing, it's jumping off, like you said, Todd Howard, and I'm like, yeah, this is about to be it. They got to knock it out the park. I need them to do like a magician act, you know what I mean? Rabbit out the hat type of time.
Abracadabra, brother. Abracadabra.
So finally get to it, and I look at the whole showcase, man, and it was exactly what I thought it was going to be from Microsoft.
Explain, brother. What?
Nothing. This showed horrible, brother.
Are you serious?
Hard. This was not what they needed. I'm gonna say that much.
What?
It's not what they needed. No, not at all. So we get to.
Man.
So I just want to set the stage. Yeah, horrible, brother.
Wow.
So we go Starfield. They showed nothing.
I
And I mean, it wasn't. And now, all right, let me say this. So the bar and the standard has been set. With Sony set the bar. Like it Horizon, that 15-minute gameplay footage. We look at Ratchet and Clank, with the footage that they showed on those two prior to release, set the bar. I'm not seeing nothing. They showed nothing in Starfield. It's not coming out until 2022. They could have kept that.
Wait a minute, AB. Hold on, brother. Now, wait a second. Now, when I saw Starfield, right, and y'all got to pardon my voice, I've been screaming all day. It's been an exciting day for me. But AB, when they showed off Starfield, for me, brother, the thing that I took away from it, yes, it was no gameplay. I still don't know what this game is about. I will give you that.
Exactly.
I will give you that, brother.
What is it, brother?
But hey, brother, it's you know what? It's a mystery. It's a mystery right now, brother. But the thing that I took away from it, AB, it was two things. Next year, November 11th, 2022, this game is coming out. And the one thing that everybody was wondering about was answered today, that it is a Xbox exclusive game. It is not coming to the PlayStation. It's not going to be there. Everybody was wondering what's going to happen, and I applaud them for that. I was glad to see that finally it looks like they listened to the fan base. They knew, okay, this is a big game. It has to be on our platform. Now, granted, AB, I will give it to you. Once again, they showed nothing. The CG or whatever it was, it looked interesting. But man, I could have used some gameplay. But those two takeaways, that was good enough for me, AB. That was good enough, brother. But you said nothing.
You gotta raise your standards, brother. You gotta raise your standards. I mean, and I'll give you, and this is one thing. I was interested in Microsoft and Xbox brand keeping all of Bethesda's games exclusive. I don't want any on Sony. I want them to keep all of them. And so I'm happy to hear that they've decided to keep it exclusive. But the reality is, what is exclusive? What are you getting that's exclusive? You don't know what this thing is. Like, okay, it's exclusive, but what is it?
Brother, I can tell you, I think it's a NASA mission, you know, in the black pages.
I mean, it's like, what are y'all guys gonna get, man? But I'm glad they're keeping it exclusive, though. I think that is good. That Microsoft clearly needs some IPs, like, and just solely for their console. So I'm glad to hear that they're keeping it exclusive for sure.
Yeah, most definitely, brother. AB. Okay, so Starfield. That was a no-go for you. I'm excited for it. I'm looking forward to next year. I'm sure during the lead-up, we're going to get some more, in-gameplay footage and whatever. Man, I'm going to have to get some water, AB. Good grief. But yeah. I want to move on, brother. Okay, now what about the next game that was shown? Now, Sarah, I forget her last name, Sarah something, the sister, she took to the stage, and she said that they were going to be showing off 30 titles, AB. And they showed them off. So leading into that, Stalker 2, which is also a Xbox exclusive, console exclusive, the first person shooter. It's coming out in April 28th of 2022. I gotta say, when they were sitting around the campfire, they were talking and they were switching to the gameplay. Man, that game looked really solid, AB. What were your thoughts on Stalker 2? I figured, man, here's another one. This is good. What about you, AB? How did you feel, brother?
Man.
Oh, AB! Oh, man!
Man, look, I don't want to see some gameplay footage of people sitting around campfires, eating s'mores. Come on, brother. What is this? What is that? And the thing about it was the dialogue between the campfire scenes and the action on screen, it didn't connect or correlate. It seemed boring to me. Like, the majority of that footage was of 4 or 5 dudes sitting around a campfire having a discussion. Like, come on.
Yeah.
This what we doing? This is what we're doing.
Hey.
And the fans are supposed to be cool with this. Like, you look at other gameplay demos and demonstrations, and we're going to settle for sitting around a campfire? That's what they made, and they approved that.
No, AB, but see, they were sitting around the campfire, brother. They were sharing stories about the stalkers or whatever may have you in Russian. I get it, brother, but they showed off the gameplay, AB. It was gameplay shown, brother. You didn't think the game looked good? I thought it looked good, man. You didn't think it looked good at all, AB? It didn't.
No, I'm not saying that it didn't look good at all from the couple of action sequences, but this is the thing. I guess for me, maybe I'm just spoiled and I have a certain bar. Maybe I just have a certain bar. So like when I'm looking for a gameplay, demonstration, if you're going to build up the anticipation, I'm looking for something. And that just sitting around a campfire, nah, brother. I don't want to see no sequences of campfire discussions and kumbaya and holding hands. Nah, brother. You can keep that. You can keep that.
Oh, man. So Stalker 2 is a no-go for you, and Starfield didn't do it for you.
Nah.
Oh, my goodness. Nah. All right, brother. Well, we're going to keep going down this rabbit hole, brother, because at this point in the show, I'm like, okay, all right, I'm a little upbeat. I'm like, this is cool. This is all right. So the next game they showed was Back for Blood. And that's the 4-player co-op. It's coming out October 2nd. What were your thoughts on that, brother? Me, I've seen that. We all saw that a couple of months ago. So it wasn't new. We got to be fair. It wasn't a new announcement, but I always thought the game looked really good. So what were your thoughts on that, AB?
They like you said, we've seen that some time ago. And with that one, you got a lot more gameplay footage and action sequences. So we kind of knew what to expect there. And like it could be a good game. So I have nothing bad to say about that one.
All right. So we kind of starting to turn it. Well, I don't know if we turning the corner, AB. I don't know. Go ahead.
And that's a multi-plat game as well, right?
You know what, brother? To be fair, I think that is a multi-plat. I think it is a multi-plat, so it will be on PlayStation as well, I believe. I'm pretty sure of that. Yeah, man. So, all right. So after that was shown, now this was something new. Now, once again, CG trailers are not my thing, brother. They are not. Right. But they could have kept it. But I think, like I was saying, what they were trying to do, I think, is how PlayStation does. They'll show you something, a trailer, and it'll be 10 years away. That they'll show it to you just to get you hyped up, brother, just to let you know what's coming. So I think that's what they were trying to do. So I didn't mind it too much because it is, a game that is coming out eventually. We don't know when, and we don't know what it's about, but it is something in the works. So I thought that was pretty cool, man. I didn't mind it too much.
Let me ask you this. Now, since you're more accepting of a couple things, that Xbox was Xbox was showing off. My question is coming into this E3, and I think this is very, very important to the conversation. So coming into this E3 from Microsoft, what were you expecting? What were you looking for this E3 to be based upon where the gaming space is right now?
I'm going to tell you, AB, I was looking for, it was several games that I was looking forward to, AB, which I thought we were going to see, which to me would have made the show much better. And, well, first off, I'll say this. I was just looking for them to show games and nothing but games. And I have to say that I'm glad you mentioned that, AB. Maybe I enjoyed the show so much because of the pacing. It was the best pacing I have seen in an Xbox conference in years, brother, where it was game after game after game. Hardly any execs were on the stage, so I thought they nailed that. I wanted to know about the exclusives that were going to be on Xbox. I think they nailed that as well, brother, and what new games were coming out. And I think they nailed that as well for me. So to me, overall, they nailed everything I was looking for for them to do, minus a couple of games that I wanted to see. They didn't show off Fable, Senua's Sacrifice, which was the game I was really looking forward to. They didn't have Cuphead DLC there. Perfect Dark wasn't shown. So they did drop the ball in a few areas, but I think overall, for what they showed, they really did quite well for me. The best Xbox show I've seen in years, brother. I mean, years. I thought they did good. I thought they did great, actually.
And see, that's what I wanted to know, because that'll give you a lot of insight into the perspective of where both of us are coming from in reference to our dialogue here. And so, so for basically what you were looking for, they hit on those cylinders for the most part.
For the most part.
Yeah, see, for me, based upon the pressure that PlayStation has put on everybody's head, the fact that the day before E3 officially went live, Sony released Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, which is a game like, I mean, the amount of pressure that Sony put on everybody's head leading into E3, and then that's not to mention that weeks before E3 they showed Horizon Forbidden West, 15 minutes of gameplay that blew everybody's expectations.
Amazing.
It's just that they put Microsoft in a position that they had to be like out of this world for me, and so coming into it, I'm looking for stuff to blow me away. I'm looking at like they start off with Starfield, so I'm like, okay, they came in ready to play, and then I don't see anything. Like Stalker 2 comes up, and then we got people sitting around campfires. Contraband is the next game up, and I have no idea what it is. So yeah, that just gives you an idea of where I was at with it. But yeah, man, I mean, we got a lot more games to go through this thing, man.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Now, after Contraband, and I definitely understand your perspective, baby. I appreciate you taking the time out to, get to see where each of us, our perspectives were, landed pretty much on what we were expecting. So I appreciate that, brother. But yeah, man, so now this next game, it didn't move me at all, but it was Sea of Thieves was shown. But the interesting thing about this, AB, and I got to give him a little bit of credit, it's not my kind of game, but just the fact that they had Jack Sparrow in there, I thought that was pretty cool, brother. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah. That was a good look. Them working with Disney. Matter of fact, that DLC, excuse me, AB, it's supposed to come out June 22nd. It's called, I think, The Pirate Life or something like that. So it wasn't a bad showing. It's just not the kind of game for me. But for those that play it, it might be something for them. I don't know. Would you be a Sea of Thieves fan, AB? Jump to the high seas, brother.
Yeah, that's not my thing. I don't even swim, brother. I don't even swim. So, nah, I'm going to go ahead and skip on by Sea of Thieves.
All right, brother. So you know what? So after they showed off Sea of Thieves, AB, I thought this was nice. I don't know why they showed it, because it was already released, at least to my knowledge. But they showed Yakuza Like a Dragon. Yeah. They showed that off. It looks cool. It looks okay. I've never been like a real big Yakuza fan, even though I've gotten into a game, AB, called Judgment. That game is amazing, brother. And it's by the same team that makes Yakuza. So that's cool. That was okay. So Yakuza didn't do it for you either, brother.
Nah, it was an old game. I didn't come to E3 for old games, so. Yeah, that's kind of me.
I feel you, brother. Well, you know what? They did show a new one up next, AB. It was brand new, Battlefield 2042. And I got to say, the game looked, I'm going to say this, AB, it looked good, but it didn't seem like it had that next-gen polish on it, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, that's one of the things. And at this point in time, I'll just say that was based on the fact that it was being streamed live, and nothing is going up above 1080p. We're not able to see the 4K assets, so I'm sure that maybe had something to do with the visual fidelity. But as far as the game is concerned, it did a lot of action. The scale of the game seemed huge. Like, it really looked like a very, very large and engaging environment. And yeah, it was a multiplayer game. I mean, I have nothing really bad to say there. I mean, it looked like it was a massive game.
Yeah, man, having up to 128 players at one time, AB. Can you imagine that, brother? 128 people on one map, brother.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's insane, man. Matter of fact, I think they said that that's going to be releasing October 22nd. Now, if this had a campaign to it, AB, I would have probably been more, I would have been more, what's the word, AB? Apt to probably pick it up. But since it's just multiplayer, I know I'm a skip on it, brother. I'm a skip it.
Yeah, we're on the same page there. I like the campaign. I like being engaged in the storyline and taking through those emotions and different things. So, yeah, I'm with you on that one.
Yeah, brother. So up next, now this is a game that's been being shown off for a while now, AB, at least. I would say 2 to 3 years. I've been seeing this game pop up. And at first when I saw it, I was like, man, this is terrible. This is terrible. But as the years have gone on, this game called 12 Minutes has really gathered my attention, not so much on from a graphical standpoint. It has nothing graphically that would engage me. It's not Horizon and not Ratchet, brother. It's not those two. But it was the story. The story in this game seems very, very interesting. Was that one that might have piqued your interest a little bit, AB, the 12 Minutes?
Yeah, something could be interesting. Like you said, it's definitely going to be a more story-driven game if it's going to pull you in. But it's like it could be a good AA title that they have on Game Pass. But that was pretty much it. I mean, it didn't it didn't move my barometer. I'll say that much. But I could see that it could potentially have some really good story-driven pieces in that game.
Yeah, for sure, man. And the thing about that is, too, AB, that's coming out this year, August 12th, 2021. So for any of you guys that have been looking forward to it, wanting to play it, you ain't got much longer to wait. So what, 2 months, I guess, AB? A little less than 2 months? Yeah, it'll be out, man. So let me see. So the next game.
Bro, go ahead and get about here with this next game, brother. Get on about here with this one, man. And we've seen it too many times.
Man. I'm laughing because, man, let me take a sip of water.
Man, we done seen this game so many times.
Oh, man, I am laughing because Psychonauts 2, brother.
Yeah, we good at this one, man.
I have to say this, though, AB. I gotta say, it didn't look bad, brother. It did not look bad, but because I know what people are going to do, brother. I already know. They are going to compare, because this is a platformer, they are going to compare this to Ratchet and Clank, Rift Apart. And it's just going to, it is no comparison. Absolutely none. Zero. But I will say that what the game is, man, brother, I ain't gonna lie, AB, I might pick this joint up, brother. I might
pick it up, brother.
I might pick it up, brother. I might have to, man. I might have to, you know. But I mean, it comes out August 22nd again, another exclusive. Coming out this year. The games are starting to flow, AB. That's what I've been talking about. They showed me that, okay, the games, because we know, my goodness, AB, it has been a drought on the Xbox, brother. It has been a major drought. So what this show continued to show me was that games are coming and they're here. This is another game coming out August 22nd. It's an exclusive. And we don't have long to wait. And it's been in development for a long time, AB. Yeah. So I'm excited to see what happens with this. Since I don't have a PS5, it's going to have to be my Ratchet and Clank.
Right. I mean, man.
Oh,
it's hard to find them things right now.
Oh, it's tough, brother. It is so hard, man. But so after that, any thoughts on Psychonauts 2, AB? Will you be picking this up? Because I think this is on the PS5. They didn't. Yeah. I don't know if it's exclusive. I think this might be on the 5 as well, 5 and the 4.
Yeah, nah, I'm gonna skip on by him, brother. But yeah, but like you said, it is another game that's gonna be coming out to the Xbox. But yeah, like you said, it's another multi-plat. So I really, and that's the
Yeah,
thing. I really wasn't
yeah.
checking for any multi-plats as far as
Right.
for this show. You know, like everything for me is going to be focused in on what Microsoft is bringing to the table, or at least what's going to be exclusive to their platform.
Gotcha, AB, for sure, man, definitely, and that's fair. That's why we do look at these shows. We want to know what games are coming under their banner. You know, not so much third party. I feel, even though this is their studio, but they didn't make it exclusive for whatever reason. I don't understand that either. But we can move on though, AB. So Pete Hines, right? He came to the stage. And he was talking about Doom. He said Doom Eternal is going to be getting upgraded for the Series X. It's going to run at 120 frames per second, and that they were adding, I think, 30 games to Game Pass. Something like that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it wasn't too much more than that. That's dope that I guess Doom Eternal was getting 120 frames. It's a free upgrade, which is cool. But then... And I gotta say this, man, AB, for the record, and I wish my voice was a lot more clear, brother, but I gotta say, just jumping ahead a little bit, I was a little unimpressed with Bethesda's side of things, brother, in this show.
Yeah,
I was underwhelmed.
They didn't do much at all. That lets you know that when Microsoft acquired ZeniMax, because as we know, all of these development houses all run on a cycle. And what this is showing you is that just because they bought them doesn't mean that Bethesda was in a close to ending of their cycle for their games. So all the stuff that they are showing is very, very limited. They probably still have at least a year to 2 years out for these games because they had nothing to show. Bethesda didn't really show you anything.
Yeah, they didn't. I mean, it's very true. I was just very underwhelmed. I was hoping, and of course it was all rumors, AB, so you can't really get mad at them, but I was hoping that Wolfenstein 3 was going to be there, or
I wanted to see that one.
Yeah, man, absolutely. Or some gameplay of Elder Scrolls 6, you know, just something. But they were a little light, brother. They were a little light.
Yeah.
But after Pete Hines had talked about Doom, they showed off Fallout 76, and they said that there's some more DLC that's coming to it called Steel Rain. That's releasing July 6th, and the Pit DLC is releasing sometime next year. Fallout 76, really not my deal at all, you know, but I'll say it looked good. It looked pretty good for the people that are into it. I guess maybe they might be excited about this, but it didn't do it for me though, AB.
Yeah. I mean, it was cool. Once again, another old game with some new updates. You know, like I said, from my perspective, I'm looking for home run hits. I'm looking for stuff to combat what the competition is bringing, and this wasn't it for me.
It was Fallout 76, not quite it. If they were gonna show a Fallout, I would have hoped for Fallout 5, brother. I would have hoped that was something. Yeah. But we know that that's nowhere near, probably not even in development right now or early stages. But so after that, AB, they showed off another online game, the Elder Scroll Online, saying it's going to be optimized for the Series X and the S. Not really for me. Not really for me. But, I mean, okay, it was okay, I guess.
Yeah. Like you said, more old games being optimized or updated. So, you know, I ain't really got a lot to say about that.
Yeah, brother. But I'm gonna tell you, we're about to turn the corner here in just a minute. Just a minute, okay. AB. We're gonna turn the corner, brother. Because now, oh buddy. When I saw this next game,
right.
Oh, buddy.
Yeah.
AB, I can't lie, brother. Party animals is what they call it. Party animals, brother.
Yeah.
Now, I saw this game, AB, and I said, we in trouble.
Yeah.
But I will say this, AB, man, no cap, brother, no cap. Mm-hmm. That game looked kind of fun, brother. It looked a little fun, brother. It looked like it could be a fun game, brother. You know, fighting.
It reminded me of like a mix between a Fallout Guys type of thing
Yes.
Mixed with I guess it's their attempt to have a Buck Snacks type of thing. They wanted to reach that audience.
Absolutely, brother.
So that it's not for me. That's a single A game, but I mean it could be fun.
Dang, KB, wait a minute.
It could be engaging. I mean, I'm not saying single A as in like a bad thing. I mean, you have games that fit. You have games that fit every category. You know what I mean? And this fits the single A category, and it looks like people would be engaged with it.
I feel you. AB said, man, $5 game, brother. It was no budget under the
no, man. I'm just saying. I'm just putting it in the proper category, bro. That's all that is.
I feel you, AB. Oh man, pardon me, brother. I'm gonna take another sip, brother. Pardon me, brother. Right. Man.
We gonna see how it goes, man. But they might pull something off. I mean, for real, if you look at Buck Snacks, the Metacritic score is high. I think it's like a 79 on Metacritic or so.
Man.
So I mean, they could bring out a game, along that vein that still scores high that people attach to.
I ain't gonna lie, AB. You actually told me about that score. I had no idea that game did that well. I thought that game was like rated like a 50 or a 60 something. When I found out it was almost an 80, I was blown away, brother. Absolutely blown away, man. But yeah, so up next now, I believe, if I'm not mistaken now, listeners out there, correct me if I'm wrong here, but they showed off a game called Hades. This isn't new, but I think it was a Nintendo Switch exclusive, I think. I'm not 100% sure, but they said that it's coming out to the Xbox on August 13th. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, it looks good. I have no idea what the game is about, but it's still an older game. It is old, But and it was up for a Game of the Year award, so I mean, it's cool. But I don't think I'm gonna be picking it up. I think it's a roguelike too, AB, and I can't do that, brother. I can't do it.
It looked good. I mean, it did look good. I'll say that it looked good. Like you said, it's an older game, so I can't give any points for older games. But being that I never played it, and this was my first time really seeing gameplay footage, it did look good, man. I like the artistic style, and the action looked good. So
yeah, definitely looked like a solid, real solid game for sure. Definitely. Now, AB, I gotta say, this is when the corner turned for me, brother. This was the moment when they showed off this game called Somerville, which is releasing in 2022. This game looked really interesting, AB. Now, it's not a AAA. We definitely know that. But this AA art style of this game, surrounding this family trying to escape whatever threat it is, AB, I was really intrigued by this one, brother. Do you remember this one?
Yeah, barely. And the reason why I remember it is because I was taking some notes while I was watching it, and next to my notes it says Somerville, and it says showed nothing. So
what?
It didn't. Like, what is this game about? Like, officially, like, what is it about?
You know what, AB? I think it's. Hey, brother. I think it's about whatever this threat is, bro. It looks like the world is in chaos, and I don't know if it's aliens or whatever may have you, but it looks like they're just trying to survive, brother. Some kind of natural disaster or whatever has happened. It's this family, and they just trying to make it. It looks so interesting, brother. Brother, I'm gonna pick this up when it comes out. I'm gonna buy it. Okay. I'm gonna buy it, brother. Okay. I'm gonna get it, man.
Yeah, I mean, it could be a good game. Like I said, I'm not gonna say it's gonna be a bad game. It's just that they really didn't show me anything to make me like, man, I gotta get this game. Or it's really. Like I said, I'm just looking for a different type of presentation. And maybe it's just a situation where, I don't necessarily care for how Microsoft or Xbox presents their games. Maybe it's just the style that they themselves use when they do presentations. But like I said, for this, it didn't really show me anything to pull me in. But that's just me.
Okay. Hey, AB, that's fair enough, brother. That is fair enough, brother. But okay, now this was the big joint right here, brother. This was the guy right here. Bonnie Ross, man, she came to the stage, brother.
Yeah.
Bonnie Ross, her and I think his name was Joseph Staten, I think. They talked about Halo Infinite, brother, and I have to say, listen, AB, man, last year when Halo was shown, oh my goodness, had a meltdown, brother. Yeah,
that was horrendous.
Oh, it was terrible. I had a meltdown, brother. I absolutely did. But seeing it this time out and looking at the storyline of what the world happened to Cortana, and I know, AB, you're not really into Halo like that. I get that, and I respect it, brother. But looking at the story of where it could go, and Cortana's supposed to be deleted, and he has this new AI, and Chief is taking her on, and, kind of gonna be working with her. It really intrigued me, brother. I said, man, the story actually could be really good this time in Halo Infinite. It could be. Now, the thing about it was after that, I had my doubts about this multiplayer being shown. I'm like, oh man, they're saying it's gonna be mostly about the multiplayer, because that was the word before E3 had even started. They were gonna concentrate more on the multiplayer part of it. And I'm not a multiplayer guy, AB. Right. But when they showed that multiplayer off, brother, I said, oh man, this looks so good, brother. It looks so like it could be so much fun. Graphically, it looked really good. It looked like Halo, brother. Granted, it looked like Halo. But I thought, wow, this is a really good presentation of the game. It actually got me excited about Halo. Coming out later on this year, holiday 2021. We don't know if that's November, December. I don't know yet, but just the fact that it is finally coming out this year, and what they showed, I think it was just enough, AB. It was just enough for me. What were your thoughts on it, brother?
It was cool. I think the thing for me is, like you were saying, the big part of that presentation there was the conversation and the dialogue. But I mean, not being a Halo fan and understanding the storyline, that didn't do anything for me, because I'm an outsider looking in. It's like an inside joke where you just don't know it, you don't get it.
Right.
But that was kind of my stance there. The multiplayer definitely looked better. It definitely looked improved from the first time.
Yeah.
And as far as just looking at it, when I looked at the first shot, when they came through panning through the landscape still looks dead to me. I don't think they really did anything with that. Like the trees and the foliage, it still looked dead. There wasn't a whole lot of movement and life there. Hopefully they add something there. But as far as the multiplayer, it definitely looked better. So this is a waiting to be seen. That's pretty much it.
Man, AB, let me tell you, brother. The foliage and all of that stuff, AB, I actually give that to you, brother, because what happened about 2-3 weeks ago with Horizon? Oh my goodness. The foliage. Oh man, just the sheer amount of detail that they had in that game. Halo can't compare, brother. I mean, it can't. I think everybody, if they're being realistic, they know that graphically, Halo can't stand up to that. But I think what they have, going for it right now, excuse me, AB, what they have going for it right now, it's not the best graphically. And I'm not going to be one of these people to say, oh, it's all about the gameplay, AB. Oh, you need good gameplay. No, you should be able to have both. You should be able to have the graphics and the gameplay to match. So for me, even though it, I would say, just like you said, AB, it looks like it is improved from last year. It definitely showed a whole lot better this year. And I'm kind of with you on that, AB. It's kind of a wait to see with me as well, to see what happens with it, and just to see how engaging the story is as well. But it definitely got me excited, for the title, whenever it comes out later on this year. So I was like, all right, that's good. That's good news. But AB, they moved on from there, right? They showed off, and I'm not really familiar with this game. I've heard of it, a lot. Some people love it. Diablo 2 is a 8-player co-op, and it's going to have cross progression, which I was like, oh, that's interesting. That's pretty cool. I'm going to be honest, I'm not going to be picking this up, but for anybody that's interested in it, it comes out September 23rd, 2021. And it actually, I'll say this, that's right. I think this is a remake. I think, AB, I think they said they upped the graphics on this one. But it didn't really, it was cool though. It was cool to see, but it didn't, it was cool, brother. It was okay.
Yeah. I mean, once again, another old game. I'm not checking for old games on E3. So. Yeah.
Oh man, I feel you, AB. Well, this next one, brother, a Plague's Tale Requiem. Now, this is launching into Game Pass. Now, granted, and this is by Asobo. Yeah. These guys make really good games, brother. Real good games. And graphically, now I can't cap here, AB. I can't lie, brother. I did not play the first Plague's Tale. I didn't play it. But I have heard nothing but amazing things about the game, AB. Nothing but great things. And looking at this game graphically, I know I don't know, AB. It was a CG trailer, but I could see that could be real gameplay, brother, in there. Did you kind of get that idea too? Like, it looks like it does, but it could be real gameplay.
Yeah. It did. It did like it could be. And similar to yourself, I played a small demo for the first one, and I've heard nothing but good things about it. I heard that the story was amazing, very engaging story, and so. This one, it could be good. I mean, I think based upon the momentum they had on the first one, could carry on over to this one, and I think it'll be good. I'm sure it's going to be a multi-plat like the first one was, but it could be good stuff.
Now, the thing I gotta say about this, AB, you said multi-plat. It is very, very possible, my brother, that this is a multi-plat, but this is launching in Game Pass day and date, brother.
Yeah. That's going to be a good look, especially if it carries over the momentum from the first one, and people really engage with it. This could be a good look for Game Pass.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, man, I forgot to mention, AB, I got to backtrack just a little bit. Battlefield, what was it, 2042, AB?
Yeah.
Man, not going in the Game Pass, looks like, brother.
Oh, okay.
They did not announce it. Now, that was the rumor. Everybody was saying that they thought Battlefield was going to be in there. We got nothing, brother. No announcement. So we'll have to see what happens with that. But I only mentioned that because that's a third party title. And the next game that people thought was going to be in Game Pass as well, which is third party, is Far Cry 6. That's also not going to be in Game Pass day and date. But I'll say, I mean, we saw it already. We saw it, a week ago before now?
Yeah.
It looked good then. I'm still standing by it. It really looks good, AB. It looks like a really, really great game, man.
Yeah, I'm with you. I've been a Far Cry fan for a number of years since, the first one came out. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Another great multi-plat. And, like you said, we saw the footage already, so.
Absolutely, brother. Man, oh man, I don't know how this episode is going to turn out, but if you guys are still here, thank you, because my voice is terrible. AB, you're doing wonderful, brother. You're doing wonderful.
Man, you good. We keeping it going.
Absolutely, man. Now, AB up next. Now, brother. Oh, okay. They showed a console exclusive. Now, when I saw that console exclusive pop up, right, AB, I'm like, oh, man, I'm rubbing my hands together like Birdman, brother. I'm like, oh, this is going to be good. They showed off Slime Rancher 2, brother. Which it's gonna be coming out sometime in 2022. And I'll be honest, we can tell, I'm sure it's safe to say, it's a AA game, AA. But it looked pretty cool, AB. It didn't look too bad, man. Not amazing, but it looked okay.
Yeah, I mean, like once again, they could have kept this one, brother. I mean, like I said, right now, you gotta, we're realizing what position Xbox is in. Like this is war now. Like this is not. There's no games being played. That pun intended. But like this is not a time to be showing off Slime Rancher 2, right? when the competition is showing you Horizon, when they talking about the upcoming God of War, Gran Turismo 7, and Ratchet and Clank just came out the day before. Yes, do you realize that Ratchet and Clank came out on the 11th, and you showing off Slime Rancher 2? Like something, this is war. There ain't no time for games, man.
Oh man, you know what, AB, I give you that. Matter of fact, just deviating for a minute, how you liking Ratchet and Clank, brother? How you liking it, man?
Man, this is an exceptional game. The quality is so unbelievable, brother. I mean, it's to the point where when you transition from the pre-rendered scenes and the things that propel the storytelling, and then it segues right into the live action, like is no difference, bro. Like it's just so many technological marvels in how the game plays. It's almost like the game is all cut on one scene. Like it's never any real breaking points. Like the saving never breaks up the action. Like you can really never even tell when the game is actually saving your checkpoint. I mean, going between the rifts is just instantaneous. Yeah, this here, man, this is a new level. This is a new level of presentation. So, yeah, I'm loving it. And the action is good. The story is good. I mean, it's just a well put together package. I'm not super deep into it, but from what I've seen, yeah, they really done an excellent job, man.
Now, see, I asked you that, AB, to ask you, how you felt about the game, because once again, it just also, similar to how we did a little earlier on, it gives me insight on, what your perspective is after you're playing a Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, which, like we had talked about, offline, AB, Pixar even took notice of the game and gave it its props. That's huge, and looking at something like that and then seeing what Microsoft showed, I could see how you could have them under a very heavy microscope. I respect it and understand it, brother, 100%. 100%.
Yeah, and I want them to do well, because we already know competition is always great for the consumer.
Absolutely.
And that's the reason why I was looking forward to this presentation so much, because I'm like, if they can really, really knock this out of the park, this will keep Sony on their toes. This will keep Nintendo trying to push forward with this the Switch Pro or whatever it is. And so I was looking for them to really do some things. And I mean, and once we go up to like the next game we're going to talk about, once again, it's like, man, this ain't it.
Yeah. Well,
this ain't it.
We're going to jump into it, AB. So they showed off Shredders. Is that what it's called, AB? Shredders?
Yeah,
I believe.
Shredders.
Yeah, coming out in December 2021. Brother, I'm going to tell you, it's a snowboarding game. It almost kind of reminded me of, what was that EA game years ago, SSX?
Oh, that was my joint. Yeah, I love that game.
Yeah, man. Now, see, AB, this actually reminded me of that. It kind of, you don't think it could be on those lines, AB, of something like that?
Nah.
What?
This for me, when I'm watching it, it literally was just some guys snowboarding. That was it. It wasn't the fanfare that you got from SSX, where it was about the tricks, it was about the explosions, it was the competition. Like, that was really a great snowboarding game. But then once we got to this, where it was just some guys snowboarding, I mean, it really wasn't even highlighting the tricks aspect. It wasn't highlighting the competition. It didn't highlight anything like online. It didn't, like with SSX, it even made it where the characters were a big part of the game. Their personality of the characters. Like, you got none of that here. Like, we don't know who the characters were. I don't know if the game was officially licensed, where you had professional snowboarders in it. Like, I don't know anything. It was just some guys snowboarding. me and you snowboard. That was it. Like,
oh man, you know what?
AB and Key snowboard. That's it. That's what. Come on, man. This is E3, brother. You gotta be more than that.
Oh man, oh man.
I don't even know where they was. Were they in Denver? Where were they at? I don't even know. Like it's.
Oh, you know what, AB? I don't even know where the location was, brother. I don't even know where they were. Oh, shucks. All right, brother, we gonna get up out of this one. We gonna move on to the next one. Now, AB, this one, brother. This one right here, it really got me, man. This game looks really good. It's called Atomic Heart. And I know, brother, the name don't sound right. I get it, brother. But it actually, man, AB, this game looks impressive, brother. Because it looked kind of like the iRobot type of enemies that, you know how the iRobots looked in the Will Smith movie. It looked like those kind of robots that you were fighting against. Man, this game looked good, AB. I mean, I think it's a first-person shooter. It wasn't a whole lot of info on it, but man, this definitely looked like a AAA, brother. It looked really good. Do you remember this one, AB? How this one looked?
All I have on this one, I have the name of the game, and I don't even know what it is, and that's kind of just. like what's going on?
Oh man,
like, I'm seeing a whole bunch of games. I don't know what they are or what they do. I don't know what's happening, brother. I mean, I'm just trying to figure it out. Like, I shouldn't be leaving E3 needing a decipher. like, I'm trying to figure out what these things is about, man.
Oh man,
That was it.
Oh man, I tell you, AB, when I'm telling you, brother. Now I don't know if this is a console exclusive. The show was going so fast, brother. Yeah. I mean, it was going so quick that it was hard to keep up. So I'm not sure if this is an exclusive or not. But brother, I'm telling you, AB, I would just recommend, brother, go back and look at the trailer. The game looks so good, man. So I'm really excited about this one. Once again, I don't know what the story is either, brother. I have no idea, but it looks good. It looks promising, brother. Yeah. Now the next game that they showed, it was called Replaced.
Yeah.
And that's coming out in 2022. This game, AAB, this was another game that actually looked really good, man. Do you remember this one?
Yeah, I give you that one. This did. I mean, once again, it looked really good. The artistic style of the old school side scroller.
Yeah.
I definitely like what I was seeing on that one. So yeah, that could be a nice one. And then the thing with that, by not being a AAA game, I don't think it's going to be anything that really kind of like holds it back timetable wise. Mm-hmm. So yeah, but it looks good. I thought that was a cool looking game. I actually have a asterisk mark next to that one. Yeah,
oh man, yeah, they did that thing with that one. It almost reminded me, AB. I don't know if you remember, back in the day, like Flashback, the game Flashback, back on the Genesis. It kind of gave me that art style. I mean, it looked really, really good, man. So I was excited for that one. I definitely gave them a check mark on that one. That one was good, man. Now, they, of course, I knew this game was going to show up eventually. I had no doubts that it was, but they showed off Grounded. Definitely not my kind of game. They said that they were adding sitting in the game. You could actually sit down. I said okay, and they're adding pets to it. I'm like, yeah, brother. This is coming out June 30th if you're interested in it, listeners, but not at all for me. Not at all.
Yeah. Once again, more old games. So you can, it wasn't really a lot to say here. People have already been playing it. So yeah.
Yeah, not too much. And then Among Us was shown. It's coming soon to the Xbox. I know it's been on PlayStation, I believe, for quite some time now. And it's finally getting ported over to Xbox one day. No date or anything. But again, another game that's not really down my alley. So I'm pretty cool off of that one.
Yeah.
But I will say now, AB, I'm going to need your help with this one, brother. It was an RPG. This next game that was shown, I think it's something Dia Rising or something like that. I can't remember the name of it.
Yeah, this I think I have down a Uden Chronicle.
Okay, yeah. Man, hey, AB, I'm not like a super heavy into RPGs type of guy, but man, this game actually looked pretty good, brother.
Yeah, old school RPG.
Yeah.
I can't knock that. Once again, the story is going to be the biggest part of that, with any RPG for that matter. So if the storyline is engaging and good, that should be a hit for that fan base.
Yeah, absolutely. I thought it was really good. It's great to see that Microsoft, they're continuing to get, RPGs, and they're, diversifying their portfolio of games that comes to the console. So I thought that this was a really good get for them. Now, I'm not sure if this one is in Game Pass or not. I'm not 100% sure, but just the fact that it's coming out to the console, I thought that was a really, really good look.
Yeah.
Absolutely, man. Then they showed off one of my most anticipated games this year for Xbox.
Yeah.
The Ascent, brother. The Ascent was shown off. How did you feel about this one, AB? I've loved the way this game looks since I saw it last year, brother.
Yeah, same here. I've just been waiting for it to come out, but yeah, that has been primarily my most anticipated game that Microsoft has in their offering. Up to this point in the show, this was by far the best looking game that I had seen from the showing, even though they didn't show a whole lot. But it was the best looking game up to that point to me.
Man, AB, are you serious, brother?
Yeah, as far as just thinking how the action would play out, I think the engagement level was high. I think the cyberpunk look of the game looks nice. I think just overall the package they showed, I think the Ascent was the best looking thing to me.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm blown away by that, brother. I mean, I thought the Ascent looked good, but you think it was the best looking game at the show?
And I'm not saying best looking in reference to just like solely graphics.
Oh,
I'm saying that.
Okay.
No, not as far. I'm just talking about as far as looking at a game and assessing it if it would be fun.
Okay.
That as far as just the overall look of the game and what they presented, I think the Ascent was for me the best looking and the best playing game that I could see thus far.
I got you. Okay, AB, my bad, brother.
No. Okay.
All right. So, the Ascent, I'm definitely looking forward to getting that. I think that comes out next month, July sometime, I believe. Yeah. Really excited about that one. They showed off, next Age of Empire 4. Now, I'm not into Age of Empire games too much. Well, I've never played one at all. The closest I think I've come to a game like this, AB, in the past was a game on the Super Nintendo called Populous. Years ago, brother. And it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. But these kind of games, they aren't really for me. But I will say, it didn't look like a bad looking game for those that are into this kind of genre. It looked pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, if you're into that type of genre, but I mean, for me, it's not really my type of game either. But it was something else to offer.
Yeah, exactly. So, man, AB, we coming close to near the end of the show right here. But they did show the trailer for The Outer Worlds 2, the sequel coming out. Wasn't much there. And you know what? The thing I did like about this trailer, brother, was they knew exactly how us, the people that were looking at this trailer, were feeling. We're going to show you this, and you don't know when it's going to release. I mean, just making little comments in there in the trailer. I thought it was cool, but I never even played the first one, to be honest with you, AB. But I heard it was a pretty good game, and I forgot who makes the Outer Worlds. It's a newly acquired studio that Microsoft just got. Well, it's been about 3 years ago now. I forget their name, but the first game they said was pretty good. So I'm sure that they'll definitely, take what they learned from the first one into the second one and make it much better than the first one was. But again, AB, they're showing that games are coming, brother. They got games coming. And that's, like I said, that was what I was looking for, So this is another one coming out. What'd you think of the trailer, AB?
Man, I loved it actually. I thought it was the funniest presentation that they had on the entire show, and I like the fact that whatever the name of the development studio is, they realized that they had nothing to show, and they made it a joke. Like they really presented it really well. And so I like that because the other ones they had nothing to show and they just didn't show anything. And it's like, okay, what is this for? But with them, they had nothing to show, but it was humorous. Like, it really caught my attention. So I like how they did it. Yeah, me too, AB. I thought it was really, like you said, man, you hit all of the points I was trying to say, too. They just kind of let you in on the, the joke as well. Like, hey, we all know what you guys are thinking. We're going to just play along with it because we know, So, yeah, I thought it was cool, too. But, oh, my goodness. This next game, now, AB, listen, brother, listen. This one to me was a showstopper. Yeah. This what is it? Flight simulator, brother. Yeah. Man, brother, I ain't never flown a plane in my life, not even a remote control one. Never had any aspirations of flying an airplane, but brother, I want to fly this airplane, man. These virtual airplanes, this thing looked insane, AB. Yeah. Now this is the best looking game as far as visuals by far. Man. Yeah, Flight Simulator looked absolutely amazing. I mean, from the first time we saw footage of it. Yeah. This is taking the cake for anything we've seen on Microsoft for sure. Brother, AB, that thing right there, man, it looked photorealistic, brother. It was times when I was, and this is no cap, AB, I promise you. It was times I was looking at the different scenes, like they were shuffling through different scenes. And brother, it looked like a real airplane was being flown, brother. I mean, just the whole environment, the clouds, the landscape, the plane itself, man, my goodness. And once again, Sobo is behind this game. Did you know that, AB? Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, Sobo, man, they put in work. And they're able to be diverse enough to do something like this than to go to A Plague's Tale. So, yeah, they put in work. Yes, indeed, brother. And it comes out this year, AB, July 27th. This comes out. And I don't even care that the game looks so good. I don't even care that it's an old game. They get a pass. They get a pass on it being an old game because it looks so good, man. Yeah, man. I mean, they really, really did their thing. And then they were talking about the DLC, the Top Gun DLC is coming out this fall for free. Yeah, that was a good look. Yeah, brother. I tell you, this right here, I said, man, this is what you want to see with the console, with the new console. You want to see that showpiece. I mean, we're seeing it time and time again on PlayStation side that they're showing you these games. Miles Morales, Demon Souls, Ratchet and Clank, Horizon Forbidden West. They're showing you the power of their console. And finally, I really think that this is one of those games, AB, where they finally got one to show off the graphical prowess of the Series X, man. Yeah, they got one here. Yeah, absolutely. Now, AB, this other game that they showed, now I'm very, extremely interested to get your take on this because you are a car enthusiast. Yeah. So they showed off Forza Horizon 5 and brother, similar to Flight Simulator. This game looks incredible, brother. Yeah, no question. Yeah, I'll get for Forza. And it's funny because what I have written down here is finally a game to get excited about. And so yeah, that game looks amazing. The replication of Mexico. Yeah, I mean, and I'm not really a arcadey racer. I'm more of a simulation racer. So I would get a Forza Motorsport over this one. But this, it looked good. It did look good. And then, like I said, adding the arcadey elements with, I saw the bowling pins up there, the pinatas.
Yeah.
So they engaging you in different ways. And so this was actually the only game in the show where it looked like the developer was actually close to being done. And you could tell based upon how much time they gave the game to present. Because it was the only game that was actually close to being done. So, yeah, it was good. It looked good.
Yeah, brother. And that one comes out November 9th, AB. So, again, games are finally starting to come out on the Xbox, brother. Do you think, AB, that finally the narrative of Xbox has no games, do you think it's finally at least starting to look like that narrative is going to fade?
I mean, it will, but it's just that right now the narrative is true. So, I mean, we've talked about a lot of games that's going to be coming out, but I mean, they're not out. Because, I mean, you got to look at it. So, for everybody that's watching the E3, all right, E3 is over with. You cut that off, and then people on PlayStation 5 just start playing Ratchet and Clank. You know what I mean? So, it's like, okay, games are coming, but I'm playing Ratchet and Clank right now. I'm playing Demon Souls right now. You know what I mean? I'm playing Returnal right now. So, the narrative is still going to be the same until we get some, big budget titles come from their side. And yeah, that's kind of where we are. But hopefully by the time this holiday season comes, then the Xbox guys will have things that they can play. So.
Oh yeah, AB. I mean, think about it, brother. Think about it, AB. We got, like I said, Flight Simulator coming out this year. You got Forza 5 coming out this year. Halo Infinite coming out this year. The Ascent coming out this year. I mean, it's games, brother. It's games coming. Of course, not all of them are AAA, but Forza and Flight Simulator and Halo are AAA. But the Ascent, a AA game, and there's a few other ones in here too, AB. But you know what? Let's finish off the show with the last thing that Phil Spencer talked about. He came to the stage and he said that Arcane Studios actually a studio that you kind of like, AB.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I do. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, with Dishonored. Now, this is actually, they said as well, this is a Xbox exclusive. Yeah. And the name of this game, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was called Redfall, AB.
Yeah.
Redfall. Now, this is the thing. It wasn't, at the end of a show, that one more thing is supposed to be like the most amazing thing of the show.
Right.
To me, brother, if I'm being honest, this ain't do it for me.
No, it wasn't the one. It wasn't the one.
It wasn't the one, AB. And the reason why I say that is because it was a CG trailer. It was CG. Nothing about the game was shown. Yeah, I get that it's 4-player co-op. It's going to be releasing next year, next summer, I believe, 2022. That's all fine and good, but we needed that gameplay, AB. We needed it, brother.
Yeah, I would have personally preferred them swapping spots between Forza 5 and Redfall. I think that Forza should have gotten that closing spot.
I agree with that 100%.
Yeah, Forza should have had the spotlight on them, let them show the 5 to 10 minutes of gameplay they had for that in that last spot, especially being that it's such a big brand name for them. You close the curtain on your biggest brand name, but to have a brand new IP that's untested, and it was all CG, it was just basically showing something new for the sake of showing something new. You know what I mean? I would have preferred them having something, substantial. And that Forza 5 would have closed it out better to me, but that's just my opinion.
No, I agree. I would have definitely loved to have had Forza or even Flight Simulator. One of those two to close it. I don't think you could have went wrong with either one of those. But, yeah, just showing off CG. It's cool. It's great that it's a new game being worked on. It's a brand new IP. Arcane Studios, fantastic. But yeah, I would have rather had gameplay at the end of the day. But AB, that did it. Let me
ask you one question.
Oh, go ahead,
one
AB.
question
Go
real
ahead, brother.
quick though.
Sure.
Since we on Redfall, and it's because it's a Bethesda game. Now, do you feel that Redfall looks any better than Deathloop? Because for me personally, as far as what the gameplay mechanics and the storyline, Deathloop seems a little bit more interesting to me.
Man, I didn't even think about that, AB. I forgot Deathloop is an Arcane Studios game.
Yeah, I believe so, if I'm not mistaken.
Shucks. That is so interesting, man, because I do think Deathloop looks interesting, brother. The whole time loop, or having to do the same thing over and over again. I don't know, AB. I'm not sure, because this game, I mean, we got elements of what it's about, but I really don't know exactly what it's about.
Right, I got you. Right.
So if I had to go off of the top, I would give it to Deathloop by default, because I just don't know enough about Redfall, to even compare the two, especially with the gameplay loop of it all, so I guess that would be a TBD for me, AB, to be determined. But I mean, it's cool. I was glad, though, now that you mentioned that. There was some people that thought they were going to show off Deathloop during the Xbox and Bethesda show, because it was a Bethesda game. And I remember people, and myself included, saying that would be the worst thing to do, because it's a timed exclusive on the PlayStation, so that wouldn't go well for you. But I was glad, and maybe that was what they were thinking too, AB. Look, we can't show off Deathloop, so let's show off the next game that's coming up from you guys to kind of be able to compete, even though they're kind of competing with themselves, because it is their game, Xbox or Microsoft with Deathloop, but maybe just giving the players on the Xbox side, just the hope of knowing that, look, Arcane Studios is also working on a game exclusive for the Xbox. Even though it's not coming out during the time Deathloop is coming out, it'll be coming out next year, and you'll have Deathloop sometime next year in Game Pass as well. So, Yeah, something like that. But AB, that was the end of the show, brother. That was the end of it, man. Overall, now I kind of know where you gonna go with your score, brother. But I want to know, what would you give it as far as a letter grade, brother? What would be your letter grade?
Yeah, I'd probably give it a C plus. And the reason why I would give it a C plus is because of the fact that, for me, it didn't achieve what it was set out to achieve. There were too many games that I just don't know what they were about. There were too many games that were old games that we'd already seen. You had two of the kiddie games, the Party Animals and the whatever other game is. It just didn't do what it needed to be for me. I was really looking to be blown away. I would have been extremely excited if I would have saw Bright Memory Infinite maybe have an appearance.
Oh my goodness, brother!
That's the type of stuff that I was looking for, and I'm thinking that Microsoft is going to have like 4 of those. If you got 4 of those, then I'm like, okay, yeah, y'all really are putting in work. If they show like Starfield and gameplay, and they really got you involved and engaged in the storyline, and then left a cliffhanger, okay, now we talking. Bright Memory Infinite, showing maybe a secret Gears game that we didn't know about. Like, they really coming for your neck. That's the type of stuff. And then maybe some Perfect Dark footage that we weren't expecting. Like, that was the stuff that I was looking for. And I'm like, if they're really going to play with the big boys, if they're really going to combat Horizon that they showed just weeks ago, you're going to show me. And I didn't get, I mean, let me ask you this. any game out of all the 30 games that we've seen, did any of them even compete on the level with a Ratchet and Clank Returnal or Last of Us or just anything in that category? Did anything you see compete with that?
AB, I gotta be honest with you, brother. Now we're talking about those kind of genres, right?
Yeah.
No. I have to admit, AB, I didn't see anything on the level of a Last of Us Part 2, brother. You know how I feel about that game. It's the greatest game I have ever played, brother. I'm going to stand by that. So it's going to take a lot for something to compare to that. But what I will say, I will give Microsoft credit as far as graphics go. Mm-hmm. I'll give them Flight Simulator and Forza 5.
Oh, yeah.
Forza Horizon 5, pardon me. Those two games, I would say, are graphically on the same level. I mean, of course, totally different genres, but just graphically, I would say those two were the standouts as far as graphics went to me for this this showcase. And I mean, of course, Ratchet and Horizon, that's a platformer, an action adventure game. The Last of Us Part 2 action adventure. It's definitely not driving or flying a plane. But once again, graphically, I think they were running neck and neck, with those kind of titles. But again, to be fair, it's two totally different genres. Now, once again, AB, and I was only saying that just to clarify, what angle I was coming at it from. Yeah. But if you're talking about AB, just comparing apples to apples, oranges to oranges, action adventure versus action adventure, and platformer versus platformer, it is no way Psychonauts is even close to Ratchet and Clank. They ain't even on the same world, brother. It's just complete separation when it comes to those two games. Stalker, even though Stalker 2 looked great, that's a first-person shooter. The Last of Us Part 2 was amazing. I know it's two different genres, but graphically trying to, find something to compare the two to each other. It's not. It's not. But what I'll say, AB, is it looks promising on the Xbox side. And I guess, once again, that was the angle that I was going at it from, AB. I just needed to see something to let me know that these guys are trying to perform. They're trying to compete. I mean, AB, you got to think, brother, we're talking about Naughty Dog, brother. Naughty Dog are like one of the greatest gaming studios in the industry, brother. Naughty Dog. And then Insomniac is coming. Man, these guys are climbing the ranks fast as a top 3, top 5 studio in the industry, brother. So, the talent level that Sony has, I got to say, at this moment in time, Microsoft can't compare to their talent level. Not right now. I'm not saying they can't get there, but not yet, brother. Not yet.
Yeah. Like I said, I was just looking for at least one, just something. And like I said, I personally thought that Bright Memory Infinite, that is one of those games where it's like, okay, then we're talking about, this is a very high caliber game. This really would, showcase why you need to play on an Xbox. Or something. Was something to come through and make that statement. Somebody to put their foot down and say that we're here, and we're not just going to let Sony just keep abusing us with these gameplay demos every couple of days. Like we gonna put our foot down, and I just didn't get that. But like you said, it's games coming. It's gonna be games coming. So and we'll just see how it goes. Now we just gotta wait for Nintendo.
Yeah, definitely, man. AB, let me tell you, brother. Let me tell you my grade on this show, brother.
Yeah,
I would give this show, and I know some people may say this is crazy, but I would give this show a B+. I would
Okay.
give it and now this is why, though. Let me explain my stance again, brother. First off, and I'm kind of going to repeat myself here, AB, so pardon me, brother. But the first thing, brother, was the pacing.
Okay.
I loved the pacing. AB, I have not seen a Microsoft E3 show with this blistering of a pace, and I don't know how long, brother. I mean, it was game after, it was just a straight clip. Boom, 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 boom. I mean, it was just games everywhere. Hardly any execs coming out on the stage. If they came out on the stage, it was momentarily. They weren't showing, they just weren't showing them trying to do the banter back and forth, all of that cheesy dialogue with one another. They got in, they said, okay, let's show the game, and they rolled tape. That was excellent, AB. This was a 90-minute show, and to me, it didn't feel like it was 90 minutes. It went. I don't know, AB. You might have thought it was felt like 3 hours, brother. But
No, it didn't. Whenever you have a good pace and you're rolling between games, it didn't feel like it was 90 minutes.
Yeah, brother. I mean, they just kept up. The pace was great. Once again, it's games coming out this year. 2 big AAAs being Flight Simulator and Forza. Even though it's Forza Horizon 5, I know, but it looks great. Flight Simulator looks awesome. The only thing that I wish they would do with Flight Simulator, AB, which would really push me over the edge, is if they had a flight stick. Flight stick and pedals, that would be amazing, brother. But I digress. The other games that they showed, Halo came out looking pretty good, not nearly as bad as I thought it was going to be, showing off that brand new IPs are coming. Games, it's a lot to look forward to next year, brother. It's a lot of games coming out next year, and it looks bright. Most of these games are going into Game Pass day and date, which is another plus. So I just thought that they finally, AB, after about a 3 or 4, maybe a 5-year drought, things are finally starting to turn around. That's why ultimately I gave them a B plus, brother.
Okay. Yeah, no, I gotta respect that. And my question at this point, now that we went through all the games and you're giving your review and your rating, what was your game of the show?
This is gonna sound crazy, brother. But my game of the show, and man, brother, I'm a shallow guy, brother. Graphics win almost every time for me, brother. Right. I would say the game of the show for me, which really blew me away, it's a mixture, brother. And maybe this is why I'm so high on the show too, AB. It's a mixture between Flight Simulator and Horizon, brother. Yeah, those two were just so amazing. I'm thinking that Flight Simulator might etch out Horizon, because you got to also remember this too, AB. And I know you were telling me about this. It's been about a year ago now. You might not even remember, but just the fact that with Flight Simulator, it actually it redoes the weather in real time in each city and state. So if you're going through a snowstorm in real life, it's a snowstorm in that city that you're flying through a state. That's just a layer of realism, AB, that it really blares, kind of, not blares, AB, but
blurs the lines.
Yeah, blurs the lines. Thank you. Blurs the lines between reality and gaming. And I just think that's so dope, man. So for me, I would say Flight Simulator was my game of the show. And AB, I hated that game when I saw it the first time. I thought it was the biggest waste of space on the show about 2 years ago. But knowing that it is coming to console and how good it looked, man, that game looks amazing, man. And I would say for a runner-up, AB, a runner-up for me, I would say was that AA game that we were talking about, AB, the side scroller that I was saying, it reminded me of a Flashback. It had the man, what was it? Was it called? Was that Replaced?
Yeah, Replaced is a side scroller. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, Replaced. That looks so good, man. So for me, they showed off enough for me to say, okay, I can respect what you guys have done, and they have games coming out this year. That was the main thing for me, AB. You know, having quality games coming to your platform this year, because they have starved their fan base of any amazing gaming experiences lately. And this just was a bit of a symbol to me that says that the games are finally about to start rolling, AB.
Yeah, and I'm glad you being a Xbox fan, that's your preferred platform, that they at least have given you some hope. You know what I mean? So that's always good. You want your customer base and your fans to feel good after seeing your show. Now, me not being a real fan of Xbox and not being, that's not my preferred platform.
Right.
I'm good either way. But like I said, I wanted to see some competition. I wanted them to see them come out and fight. And we're going to see how it plays out going to the holiday season this year, going into 2022, because that 2022 year, bro, that's going to be a very dangerous time period for these consoles.
Yes,
because
sir.
it's a lot of games. There's a lot of fire coming
sir.
out. So they're prepared.
Yes, indeed, man. AB, let me ask you this, brother. Now we don't know when it's going to happen. I just want to change gears with you before we get out of here real quick, AB.
Yeah.
For the PlayStation show, there, as it were, E3-esque, E3 show. Now, I still don't know a date for that yet. Have you heard anything about that on your side, AB?
No, I haven't heard an official date yet, so I'm just figuring it'll probably be this month. That's what I personally think. I think the end of the month, if not the top of July. But you already know how Sony is, man. I mean, these guys don't play no games.
Yeah,
so,
they killers, man. They are killers.
And the scary part about it is that everybody anticipated Horizon Forbidden West being the biggest showpiece of this upcoming event. And they bust that off weeks before E3. So,
it's crazy.
Man, I don't even know what in the world they got in the chamber. Because, I mean, that means that Horizon isn't the biggest game in that chamber.
Whoo! You
so
know what? Go ahead, AB. My bad.
No, I was
brother.
just saying, I just don't know. I don't know what they're going to pull out, man.
I'm thinking it's God of War, brother. I'm thinking it's Ragnarok, brother. I think Ragnarok is going to be a stone killer, brother.
It might be. I mean, they got a lot of things in the tuck, man. So, yeah, that's gonna be a good one. If they show off Ragnarok, if they come through and show maybe that Metal Gear Solid remake, if that's gonna come out, that'll be dangerous. They got a lot of stuff, man. So I'm excited to see what they're gonna do, especially with Horizon being let loose. So now we got to figure something else out.
Yeah, brother. We gonna have to meet back up for that one, AB. We gonna have to have an after show with that one, brother.
Yeah. And I put it to you right now. If Sony come out with some trailers and I'm asking you what game is this or what it's about, they gonna get fried too. I'm gonna fire on them the same way because that's not how you roll out a game.
Say everybody can get the work out, AB.
Everybody can get it. It's equal opportunity all day.
That's what's up, man. Well, AB, brother, thank you, man, for being here. It's always fantastic to chop it up with you on the podcast, man, to get your views and your opinions. And I'll be honest, man, you weren't as brutal on Xbox as I thought you were gonna be, brother. A C+, that's not a bad score. That's pretty good.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to be, objective whenever it comes to it. So if I see something good that I like, I'm acknowledging it. And if I see something that's garbage, I'm acknowledging it as well.
Most certainly, man. AB, before we wrap it up, is there anything that you would like to say to the audience, brother, before we get up out of here?
Like I said, once again, man, it's always a pleasure being here. If you want to link up with me on the PlayStation, you're going to catch me playing Ratchet and Clank right now. Game that my name on PlayStation is First and Foremost. So that's FIRSTAND, the number 4 MOST. So, reach out to me there and let's get to these games.
Absolutely. AB, always a pleasure, brother. And until next time, man, when we do it again, man, PlayStation coming up real soon. Hopefully we can link up for that one as well, brother.
Most definitely.
All right. Well, that is the end of the show. If you want to be a part, leave your feedback, leave any questions. You guys know how to do it. Either email the show. The email address is theanalogcirclepodcast@gmail.com, or you can leave a voicemail. Call on in and let your voice be heard at 443-216-9934. I was your host, Kiaun Mitchell, joined by AB. We are out of here, and we will see you guys next time.